there guys! Today we are back for another crochet tutorial, and in today's tutorial I am going to teach you how to do a ribbed stitch using only the front post and back post double crochets. So I guess first I should say I'm going to teach you how to do front post and back post double crochets. For today's tutorial you're going to need some yarn. I will link to in the description the yarn I'm using. You'll need some scissors and you'll need a crochet hook. I'm using a 5mm aluminum crochet hook today. First things first, you're going to create a slip stitch. After you have your slip stitch, you're going to chain as many as you want in multiples of 2. So as long as the number is an even number, you are fine. And I'm going to do 20. And 20. And then once you've got your even number, add 2, so 22. And then working into that third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, and you're just going to do double crochets all the way across. If you don't know how to do a double crochet, that's okay. Check out my playlist. I have a playlist for all of the beginner stitches, so you could check that out and learn how to do the double crochet and then come back here. If you already know how to do the double crochet, then just double crochet to the end of your row, and when you get to your end of your row, come back to the video and I will show you what to do with those following rows in order to make this turn into an adorable ribbed stitch with just 2 new stitches, the front post double crochet and the back post double crochet. You may remember the front post and back post double crochet from the videos that we did on the basket weave stitch, as well as the basket weave stitch and the waffle stitch. Those both use front post and back post double crochets as well. This stitch that I'm about to teach you right now though, it only uses front and back post double crochets, so that's the kind of neat thing about it. This stitch looks awesome as the end of a sleeve. It looks great as the bottom of a sweater. It looks great as edging on a blanket. The uses are pretty varied and pretty vast. You have lots of options with this ribbed stitch. And it's super easy, which is great because it looks really much more difficult than it really is. It's quite simple for how pretty it comes out. Okay, I made it to the end of my double crochet row. I'm just going to finish that, and then I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm turning my work around. And right now it's just a double crochet row, but what we're about to do now next is going to make it crazy cool. If you think of this as a whole bunch of columns, there's 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. These are also often called posts. So when you hear back post or front post double crochet, what it means is that you're either pulling the post forward, that would be a front post double crochet, or you're pushing the post backward, and that would be a back post double crochet. We're not going to do anything with this first post because that is our foundation, that'll be our edge of this this pattern, but we are going to complete a front post double crochet into this following stitch. So for that, you wrap around like you would for a double crochet, you insert behind the post through the entire post. So instead of going in to the top of the stitch like this, we're going behind that entire post. Then you're going to wrap around and pull it through. Now it's just a regular double crochet. Wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. And you can see that pulled that post way forward. See how forward that post is now? The next step is to do a back post double crochet. So again, you wrap around your yarn around your hook, then you take your hook behind your project, insert the hook in front of that post, see, and then you wrap around, pull through, and then you just complete another double crochet like that. And you can see now that pushed that whole stitch backwards. Now we're going to do the front post again, and then another back post. Apologize if you can hear any heavy breathing. My cat is taking a nap behind me and I can hear him snoring in my microphone. Alright, so now you can see the front post got pulled forward, the back post got shoved back, front post forward, back post back. Now we're on another front post again. So wrap around, insert so that the whole post is on your hook, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through two, wrap around, pull through two. Then wrap around, insert so that the hook is in front of the post, wrap around, pull through, and then complete your double crochet. As you move down your project, the first row is not going to be so beautiful, but the second row is really going to show this pattern off. There we go. And then what I like to do as well is just pull on those stitches in order to keep the height so you don't lose any height. What I mean when I say pull is just pull down like that, and that'll just make your work the best, I guess. And then a back post double crochet. And you can change the width of your ribbing by the number of front post to back posts that you have. So if you just do one front post, one back post, one front post, one back post, that's going to be a traditional rib, or traditional looking rib. If you do two back posts, one front post, two back posts, or two back posts, two front posts, you're going to get something a little bit wider, and you can really build up a pretty cool repertoire of stitches with just these two stitches. You could try out how many of each, and it'll create a different look each way that you do it, which is pretty cool. There we go. And now I'm just coming up to the end. Wrap around, insert, wrap around, pull through two, pull through two. Now I'm almost at the last one. Back post, and now a front post again, which is insert behind your post like this. Wrap around, pull through two, pull through two. And then the last stitch on the end is going to be your chain two. And that one we don't want to treat it like a front or back post, because we want that to make up the side. We're just going to insert anywhere into the top of that chain and then complete a double crochet. Then you'll chain two and turn your work over. So you can already begin to see what that ribbing is doing. It's creating something. It's just hard to tell at this point. The next step is going to be pretty much solidifying that that progress that you're making there. So this first bit is a back post now. So even though we finished it as a front post, as we're working on the reverse side, it's a back post. So we're going to do back post, then front post, then back post, then front post, and this is where you're really going to start to see this pattern in all of its glory, or this stitch, I guess. And then we'll do a front post, and then a back post again. And the more rows that you build up, the more dramatic this ribbed effect is. But you really only need to do, I would say 4 rows would be like a happy spot for like the edge of a sleeve or the edge of a sweater, because it gives you a good amount of definition without looking too crazy. You wouldn't want to have like your whole sleeve in ribbed. I mean, you could in a really chunky sweater, but for the most part this is really good for edging things, as an edge stitch, if you will. Alright, and then it's a little bit more clear now, so you could see that rib showing much more cleanly. These front post double crochets are really popping on that front side. So I'm just going to zoom across this row, and I'll do one more row, and then I'll come back so I can show you how it really starts to build up for you as you crochet a few more rows. So I'm going to do my front post and back post double crochets one more time, and then I'm going to zoom across this. Okay, so for your front post, you wrap around your hook, insert your whole hook behind the entire column of stitch or the post. Then you wrap around and pull through, and then after that you just complete a double crochet. For a back post, you wrap around, you insert in your hook in front of the post, wrap around, pull through, complete a double crochet. So just finish a couple of rows, or pause here and then come back when you're ready to see how you would transition these ribs into another stitch for a project where this is actually just the edge of your project. Okay, so after I've done a couple of rows, it's such a bummer. The lighting is not working how I want. If I hold it like this, you can see the ribs are super defined. When I hold it flat, it just kind of blows out all the color, which is a bummer. But you can see when I hold it like this, these ribs are super defined now on both sides. So the rib on one side is the pulled in bit on the other side. So you can see from the top how it works. It gets a lot of stretch, which is great for sleeves and for the bottom of your project. It's nice because it'll give you a lot of room to work with. So if this was a sleeve or the bottom of a sweater or something, you'd want to be able to transition from that ribbing into the regular stitches. So I finished my double crochet, I chained 2, and now I'm just going to half double crochet all the way across, just so you can see how this rib really makes a garment look like, I don't know, really higher quality. It really improves the overall look. If you imagine the edge of a sleeve having this, or the edge of a hat having this over not having it, it definitely it gives you a little something extra to have it. And now you can see that ribbing transitioning into your actual pattern is so cute and gives you this beautiful finished edge. If you think of like the cuff of a sleeve, it's much cuter with the rib than it would be if you just had it end on like a crochet line. It thickens it up, it adds a little sleevey band. It's a really great way to add a little bit of something extra to the edge of your garment. So that's the whole thing. Front post double crochet, back post double crochet, rib stitch. You can see those beautiful ribs showing up as bumps there. It provides you a beautiful stretchy edge to pretty much anything you want to crochet. It can work great on a blanket as well. It really adds a lot of density to it without requiring tons more yarn. But yeah, if you liked it, let me know in the comments. Everything I used for this tutorial will be linked in the description. But please subscribe, because I do put out a new video every Tuesday and Thursday, and this video is actually just a prequel to where we're going to be able to use this rib stitch. So, but you need to know how to do the rib stitch first. So if you want to see that video, let me know. And if you would like to see anything else, let me know in the comments. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!